astrology. My name's Jessie, and this is a video for you on the Planetary Parade, which is not over. You know, it was an astrological phenomenon that happened on the 28th of February, but with a little bit of research, I actually realized that 5 of those planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn and Jupiter, are inner planets, and 2 of our social planets, they were visible in the night sky, meaning they were already on the ecliptic belt, meaning they were already in alignment with the path of the sun. Psycho-spiritually, astrologically, we can look at that as part of the undercurrent for this moon cycle, as part of the undercurrent for this eclipse season. I'm going to be doing a series of videos sharing each of those planets, a quick look at them through the signs, both the shadow and the light, for you to be able to reflect on how you embody that placement. Also, what this cosmic alignment might mean for you personally. Remember, we always bring the planets back to their native placement or their native place within us. Say you're Mercury in Leo, even though Mercury is currently retrograding through Pisces, you take whatever you're experiencing through this planetary alignment back home to you. Beyond getting into the signs right now, just looking at these major planets as part of our personality and how you are being brought back into alignment with your divine mission, your identity, your purpose in life, who you're born to be. A workshop that I was doing consistently when I was in Guatemala, I've left now, I did this exercise with people, and you might want to try this now yourself, just to reflect on how you see the sun. What is the sun for you? What does it mean? What do you think it is? How do you experience it? And this is all part of truly being enabling us to embody our signs by feeling into the planets or the luminaries. So if you want to just take a moment, and you can just press pause on the video and you can write a list. You know, what is the sun to you? I found within that workshop, and it would just be interesting to you to reflect on any words that you wrote down, people who were completely new to astrology coming up with words that we would use to describe astrologically the function and the theme of that luminary. The sun makes me feel warm, makes me feel happy, makes me want to travel. You know, I feel activated. Without the sun, I feel depressed. Why have I really just dived into the sun and embodying the sun and how you experience the sun? Because the sun is what this planetary parade is really about. The ecliptic is the path of the sun. And the zodiac belt, the ecliptic runs through the zodiac belt. And the zodiac belt is it's 8 degrees north and south, which I always find fascinating as well, because we've then got that figure of 8, just that continuous flow. So the planets move through the constellations, through the zodiac belt. And what happened in the planetary parade, and it's not going to happen again until 2040, is these planets then came exactly onto the path of the sun. So when we're looking at that astronomically, and then we apply it, looking at the depth of what that would or could mean, those planets are coming back in alignment or coming to the path of the sun, and that being your path when you look at where the sun is in your chart by sign, by house, and just feeling into it. You know, what is it that you do? Do you feel in alignment with your path? Are you happy? Are you energized? Do you have your vital force? And if not, then this is where astrology can really help. So Mercury, our communication, mental functions, communication style, how we think, what we focus on. Mars, our drive, action, motivation. It can be stress, conflicts. It can often be connected with career, as many of us put action and drive towards that area of our life. Maybe that's just me talking about Mars in my 10th house. Again, go and look where your Mars is. Are you very family driven? You know, are you driven towards social causes? These are all different expressions of Mars in their positive form. Venus, our love, relationships, beauty, abundance, Jupiter, cosmic growth, success, Saturn, real life, order, karma. What has felt like this moon cycle for you and this eclipse season, because we're still in eclipse season, what has felt it's almost been nudged or forced back into place? It might have been something that came suddenly, especially with eclipses, there's that very obvious start, stop, endings, beginnings and endings. We do have the eclipse happening on, it started in Aquarius, and then the south node was the full moon eclipse. So that axis of self-expression and collective expression, again, go and look at that nodal axis. Where is it for you? Where is the next 18 months that you've got that through your chart? And this, remember, is the first eclipse of 3 that's coming. It's major, that fact that we've got this planetary parade visible, because specifically in those areas of your life where Aquarius and Leo are, those planets, even though, how can I say this, even though we've got a lot of planets in sidereal Pisces right now, and even though what I want you to do is to take those planets and bring them back to your natal placements, but also just to look at them as they are within their archetypes without the signs, but for you to sense into the undercurrent of what this eclipse season is about for you, because what likely started or stopped involved travel, involved change, likely was involved with those areas of life or with Aquarius and Leo in your chart. So this is where the depths of astrology we can really go into it. So just to break that down and to be clear in summary, you want to look at your sun placement and how you embody that. By sign, by house. Who are you born to be? Do you feel that you're in alignment with your divine mission and your purpose? Do you feel happy and alive when you wake up? Are you feeling inspired to do what you do every day? That's your sun, that's your path in life, it's the journey. And if there is no vital force or aliveness in that area of your life and who you are, everything else can just become dull. So astrologically, to find a solutional remedy to that is check the sign and house and how you embody that. And if you're not fully embodying it, then go on ahead and do what you need to do to bring yourself into alignment with that. And what those other planets are doing right now, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter and Saturn, they may well be forcing you or supporting you or challenging you or communicating with you to do that, depending on whatever of those planets you're feeling more strongly right now. If any of those planets are triggering your chart in a certain way, you might have felt this alignment more through your Mercury. Maybe there are communications or words you're reading, books you're reading, things popping up on Instagram, messages, advice from friends, psychologists you speak to, that might be more present for you in this alignment. Saturn is involved, may very well have felt like you were forced or you had no choice, or there was some sort of karmic situation that's played out that's meant that things had to change or end and begin again or take a completely new direction. You might have been experiencing this in an expansive or in a way of celebration or enjoyment of spiritual growth. If Jupiter's there, and challenged would be Mars, or energized to make change, or potentially impulsive, or it can be very, very individual. Go and check where the signs are, if they're activating any personal planets in Venus. Again, relationships or your values being kind of questioned. In general, we're going through a Venus retrograde right now, so relationship themes, values, for artists and creatives is definitely a time to go back and visit old projects, to tie at loose ends, revisit ideas, all of this, especially with the Mercury retrograde, it's a great time to do that. This planetary parade or this planetary alignment, you may be feeling differently depending on the natal, if any of your natal planets are being triggered. Go and look beyond the sun and how you embody that, go and then look at your personal placements of each of those planets. How are you embodying those planets? By sign, by house, and where do you feel there's been a major theme for you this eclipse season? Both personally, which will be how you experience those personal planets, natally and by transit, and also then collectively, which would be the undercurrent of this eclipse season, and this eclipse season being the next 3 eclipses through the axis of self-expression and collective expression. I got pretty deep on the astrology there. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this information. This is also just my intuitive take on this. I'm not backing this up with any sort of astrological research. It's my interpretation of this planetary parade and the deeper layers, and how I love to work with the moon cycles, and I see it play out, this undercurrent that happens, and it just allows us to get deeper and to understand that beginning moment of the moon cycle is a birth chart in itself. And this one specifically with eclipse season being present, and specifically with all the planets coming into alignment with the sun, it's a really amazing time for us all to bring ourselves back into alignment with our true past, our journey in life, and we may well be experiencing that more prominently through the different archetypes. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hit like if you did, join my channel if you do, and I look forward to sharing more. Bye.